All right, so I'm just gonna see what's up here. I wanted to just kind of update everybody on what I've been doing lately for the past couple months, um, going through everything. But what I want to do is just make sure. All right, cool. So months. Sick. All right, cool. So just wanted to make sure the FRC logo was up so that you guys could see that, so I could just share a little bit about who I've been a part of and the community, and kind of update on a lot of the changes that I've been making, not just like in my personal life and my lifestyle, but um, just the way I've been looking at how I can really make an impact in the world and working with people, um, and not just like people in general, but people who um, actually want to, progress and move forward. And learning from the Flow Research Collective, learning about the neuroscience, neurobiology, the neural anatomy, and the networks, and just understanding flow psychology and what's going on in the brain, and understanding the whole flow cycle and how we can get more of it. It's been a really interesting process. A lot of highly educated people that are way more educated than myself. Um, uh, but it's been a really amazing experience, and I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about how fitness plays such a big role in this, but I'm realizing how deeper this is, and bringing positive psychology and flow to the world and more people, I think is going to be a really healthy and beneficial thing for not just like stress and like, fitness and weight loss and all that stuff, but even just like mental health. Like if you look at positive psychology and the nutrients of positive psychology, from the top to bottom, it's sleep, nutrition, hydration, gratitude, relationships, and that's relationships in all areas: friendships, romance, platonic, colleagues, peers, right? Your social networks are so vital, and other people matter. And where we're at right now in society and in this world with everything that's happening, we're seeing a lot of um, we're seeing a big breakdown in communication and connecting, and just relating to other people. And so much identity is tied to a lot of people's beliefs and lifestyles and how they perceive and filter the world, that um, a lot of people, it seems, maybe aren't unable, or they're not able to really detach from things, their own perceptions, to really connect with other people. But you know to get back on the nutrients of positive psychology: sleep, nutrition, hydration, relationships in all areas, exercise, meaningful movement, right? um, Mindfulness, the respiration, those things all matter. And they when you look at those things, you're like, wow, like this is like kind of like some mental health stuff. So I'm just really working on creating the Flow Freaks brand, and being able to be learning from under the Flow Research Collective has been really cool. I'm going to take the logo down now. But it's been really cool to really study flow psychology, and the process, and all the things that go into it. And really like learning what a coach is. I think that has been one of the biggest eye-opening things, going through the Flow Trainer Accelerator and understanding like trainers and consultants are experts who tell you what to do. A coach is a guide that knows the client is the expert and can help them get to where they're going. But ultimately, you as a client, or a client per se, is the expert. You know yourself, what has worked best for you in the past, and reverse engineering those things in a way that's using science, so we can measure, like, okay, if you're stressed at a 1 to 10 and you're 9.5, okay, well, we can go through a month process, 3-month process, and we can literally track and measure all of that, and bring your stress down to as low as possible while increasing productivity, getting more flow, having more happiness, fulfillment, enjoyment in your life, and really like driving up the things that matter. And ultimately, like I know Steven Kotler says a lot, by personality doesn't scale, biology scales. And I think right now in the world of like Instagram, especially like in the fitness world, there's a lot of like, well, I do this, so just do this. And it's pretty like weird because it's like, well, everybody's at different, phases of their fitness journey, and they're also at different levels of skill. And different people need different things for where they're at with their body, right? So there's nothing that's like cookie cutter. There's nothing that's one size fits all. There's certain scientific variables, let's say in like fitness, that work, but those variables have to be applied in a way that actually matters for each person. That's going to get them to where they want to go, not just like, hey, do what I'm doing because this is what I do, which seems to be a lot of what you see in like the coaching world, where it's like, hey, just do this because it works for me. I know in Steven Kotler's book, The Art of Impossible, he talks about how he's like literally destroyed marriages, relationships, friendships because they wanted more flow and happiness. And he's like, oh, well, I get into flow from skiing. So just go skiing down a hill. And he's like, my friends go skiing and they break legs and they hate me. And, so a lot of this stuff like is very individual. Like, introverts can handle less stress usually than extroverts, right? And maybe in different areas. So like probably extroverts can take more stress in a public setting, whereas introverts probably couldn't, right? So knowing all these different variables for each person is really important. And it's easy to kind of get just lost and like, do this, it works, when it's like, well, what have you done? What's worked best? Let's reverse engineer the things that worked, that actually matter, and take out the things that don't matter. So now you have more stuff, more time, and you get more out of less, which is what we all want. So really integrating this whole process that I've been learning with flow and making it into like a positive psychology, stress reduction kind of thing has been like something that I've been really excited about, and just making something really like fun and unique to everybody. And so I'm bringing that through the Flow Freaks brand. I have an Instagram page already, working on the website. I'm going to be bringing on a lot of amazing people, very highly educated people in neuroscience, psychology, flow. Just I got a friend, she's coming in to talk about like sex and relationships. She's a dating coach. I have another friend who's a medical doctor. She's also in FTA with me. She's amazing. She's a love and connection coach as well. Total game changer. She's amazing. So I'm really excited to bring on all these people and get the Flow Freaks podcast, Flow Freaks TV up and running. I'm going to be recording episodes this week, so I'm getting everything up and running. So at the end of the day, though, this is going to be using all these things together, but using like fitness and lifestyle in a way to reduce stress. And I think for even some people, they're going to need a stress increase, for everybody who's bored and stagnant, So if you are bored and you're stagnant, then that's a feedback mechanism telling us, hey, we need more stimulation, we need more challenge, based off of your current skill level. Whereas like if you're overwhelmed, if you're in anxiety, then you're overstimulated, you have too much going on, too much stress, and we need to bring that input stimulation down, by reducing, doing certain things, using positive psychology. But then again, also, like I said, that's such an individual thing that it could be different from person A to person B. Person A might have a really stressful job, but person B has a really stressful lifestyle, but a very easy, boring job. So the results to reduce stress on each person would be different things, right? Different ways of doing it. So that being said, I'm literally just figuring out, taking action, moving forward. Hopefully, anybody that watches this maybe even gets inspired to just like start taking action, little steps every day. Don't get caught up in all the big bullshit. that's going to cause like fear, worry, anxiety, and you're never going to actually start taking the steps day by day, those little things that actually matter. So just focus. Motivation's going to come and go. We know motivation is values plus your passions, curiosities, right? And aligned with those together, your values, passions, purpose, curiosities, all that's going to create. Then we can go into your motivational stack and really drive things up and take it to the next level. Which then we're going to, obviously, the motivation is not what actually people need. It's really the grit, right? The grit to overcome when you feel shitty, the grit to overcome your emotions, the grit to overcome what's going on in life, and all the things in the world that's happening, right? The grit is the skill that's going to get you to your goals. It's not the motivation. And that's what we're seeing now. So, and it's really hard for, let's say, somebody like me, or, excuse me, peak performers, people who want to get shit done and go, to go to the sauna and do nothing, stare at a wall and dopamine detox. It's really a gritty, hard skill to just say, I'm going to do nothing and have non-time. So that being said, I'm going to leave it at this. I'm excited to really bring flow, neuroscience, and positive psychology and fitness together in this really fun, unique, creative way that's going to, I think, really help a lot of people in different ways. Some people are stressed out. Some people just burnt out. Some people are bored and have no input, not enough challenge and stress to bring them up into that creative flow channel. Some people just, aren't sleeping good. Some people need to lose weight, whatever it is. Everything it's just so individual. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm excited. I'm gonna go off to the gym and get stuff done. So I just wanted to shoot a quick update. And hopefully I kind of broke down a little bit of the update that I was doing, being involved, graduating from Zero to Dangerous, the Flow Research Collective's Zero to Dangerous High Performance Productivity High Flow Lifestyle program, where they basically have PhD psychologists and neuroscientists coaching you and structuring, optimizing your life and your biology to get more flow and, essentially become 750% more creative because of flow and 500% more productive, opening up about was like 5 hours a day, which was mind blowing when it happened to me. And then graduating from that and getting into Flow Trainer Accelerator that the Flow Research Collective offers as well. So just bringing that to you guys and creating the Flow Freaks brand and still using fitness as a very important tool to not just like do all the fitness and physical stuff, but really increase a lot of things in your life, like, happiness, fulfillment, energy, clarity, and all those things. So that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. If you guys have any questions or anything, put them in the comments. I'm going to get out of here, and I'm off to the gym to go kill a workout. So with that being said, just go with the flow.